Hi everybody, Yarn Fairy here with FlossTube. Yeah. I'm so excited today. Before I say anything, my doctor went a little crazy. He's insisting that if he could just get rid of my FMS, that everything else will fall into place. And so he wanted me on this big bed drug, and big bed drug and me don't get along. I don't want any more drugs because they all have horrible side effects. And this one was no different. I was dizzy, I was sleeping, I was insomnia, I was a mess, and I gained weight. So, yeah, I just don't need it. All I need is to sleep, and my fibro disappears, which is what works for me. I tried to explain that to him. He didn't want to hear it. And so now, every time he sees me, he's going to go, "Fibro girl," and I'm not going to get any care. All I went to see him for was cellulitis, and he wouldn't even test for it because he said it was fibro. And I still have, even though I did a burst. What you gonna do? I am gonna keep on doing what I do until I can't. So, that said, after we went to the doctor, I told my husband I can't go home without a new ironing board because I don't know what happened, if I fell on it or what, but it was one of those legs like this, and it had the one bar down at the bottom, so it's basically a two-leg thing. And it had a little piece of wire that you up down it. Well, it kept falling that way, and I know the cat fell over it once, and I know once the iron fell off of it while it was on, and I was grabbing for it, so I don't know, the little hooky boo, hooky boo, I don't know, on the bottom side of the iron that it hooked to was completely obliterated. It needed to go. So I show my husband these $115 ironing boards, and he goes in to Target and comes out with one for half as much. That's awesome. It's like a professional grade ironing board. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Look at that sucker. 4 legs. This thing is like a major hardcore tabby do, and it doesn't screech when you pull it out. While I have you guys over here, Long Dog Samplers, Jules came out with a new pattern. It is Lo and Behold, I got fabric. I have made kits of this. It's intentionally painted so that the sky area is up here, and then there's a castle over in the green, and I was going to paint it all these different grays and stuff, and then I thought, you know what, this is beautiful. So I just went with the blues and the grays. There's a little bit of water down here, but you can hardly see it anymore, which is fine because there's so much going on with all the pixie dust. I wanted to share it with you across the board here so that you can see they came out different, but they're all so beautiful. And you pretty much can't see it still on video. I was upset that nobody could see it in the photographs, and now you can't see it on the video. So here we have what I was calling Earth. Not sure why, because maybe this is, a clown's version of Earth. And then I realized too, my gray, I'm not sure it's dark enough. See that? So I was going to go back over it. Yeah, right here. You can kind of see they're too much alike. So then a friend of mine made her own Earth, and I painted it. And I think it's very pretty. You can have my Earth or Sue's Earth, and everybody who places an order gets a free hanky because I love to dye, and I will dye anything so long as it holds still long enough. You guys see this? Anyway, yeah, I love to dye. Oh, speaking of dyeing, let's see. No, before I take you away from here, I wanted to share this one with you too. So, the first pandemic was made for Long Dog Silver. Long Dog Silver! Hi-yo! Hi-yo, Silver, away! I made this while thinking about a rainbow. And for some reason, I couldn't get past this. I don't like yellow. So I made a new one. I couldn't find the dye notes, so I had to make a new one. And I really like this one. It's just so more blendy, I don't know. And then the yarn that goes with it, the thread, is this gorgeousness. I don't know, what do I call this? Something. Call it something. Just don't call me late for dinner. Oh, and while I'm talking kits, this is Santa Quill. He's not ironed yet. I need to hit my board. Boy, you guys just aren't seeing the colors. This is actually blue. And for Santa Quill, there's a raven in charge of the sleigh. So his hat and the snowflakes and more snowflakes. And where's his thingamabob? His hat's fur. I had to. I heard a bunch of whisper and treasure because. Okay. So I was thinking about sharing this. I know you guys aren't my fabric mongers, but holy moly. Boy, I wish the colors would come out better. They're just not showing as well as they should. And this stuff, I was dyeing 20 years ago before I knew what I was doing. And now that I know what I'm doing, I can actually get the fabric to do what I want it to. And it's gorgeous. I just love this stuff. I'm in a round robin and I think my friend is getting it. Okay. Boy, I really don't have a lot for you guys. Unless I show you all my fabric and all my yarn. Because I love yarn. Obviously, or else I wouldn't dye, right? Like painting too. Bloody hell. Diddly Nightshade. And to match, Electric Peacock. Isn't that gorgeous? These colors, man. I love dyeing. There must be something really radically wrong with me. I want to paint my hair pink. Little old lady from Pasadena. And she wants her hair pink. So, one more thing. I found these in stock. And I don't know how long they've been there, but well, this one's not probably any good for cross stitch. It's like a strand that's been wrapped this way with a mylar or something. This one looks more like what we use. Gorgeous stuff. And this one is beautiful. I just love this stuff. I found out my whole box full of like fun fur that I used to make those project bags. I think I showed you one last week that had the goods in it. I gotta share. I just gotta share. It's my kitties. They're unicorn Pegasus kitties. And these guys are at the movies and they're watching something really scary. And these guys are trashy mommies. Yep, that's the right way up. Sewing room. I went a little crazy. I bought kitties. And then I'm in this club. I love my club. I was in a charm swap this year. Actually, yes, last year too. Every month I get a different color of fat quarters. And I find that these are absolutely fantastic when I'm going to quilt, because if I need a certain color, I've got it. This is for learning how to free motion quilt. I've never done it and I'm terrified that it's going to kill my neck as I go along doing this. But, you know, hey, I'm going to try, because I'll try anything once. I hope you guys are in love to stitch. I had to put away Nutcracker because I lost the pattern. In my mess here, somewhere, there's a Nutcracker pattern. I should have made a copy of it and put it in my files, but I didn't. I was working off the original like an idiot. Was I really? My cat, she loves to take my needle minders off and will regularly be found running around the house, batting one across the floor or just chewing them. She's broken her tooth. She's a little crazy minx. Anyway, so I went back to When Stars Reply. And look at that. I got that whole corner done. today I'm going to do the back stitching, and then I'm not sure if I'm going to move down or if I'm going to keep that part of the pattern with it or what, because I don't like to move this stuff so much, and I know there's a whole another section over here that needs to be done. One thing I did want to share with you. Okay, so Miss, she gets everything. She pulls my needles. She pulls everything. So I got this little box, and I put it on with the magnet, and I keep my finger thingies and my extra needles inside of it so that she has to work harder at it. Boy, SLE is no fun. My head. Today I was trying to remember, I have this one hank of yarn. It's 6 meters around. And so it's very unusual when somebody orders it. And today I could not remember dyeing it to save my life, but I did it back in December. And it's so scary to like be losing my mind. I'm too young for this. I should have found another doctor back when he said, bedside manner, it's got to be like 50% of their job. He told me that I was the worst COVID patient he had, long haul, and that I was the only person he had who had multiple chronic diseases. Chronic incurable diseases. So yeah, I probably should have replaced him then. That's just not something you say to somebody. Electric peacock on yarn. So, I'll be getting a new doctor. Oh, I came in here to hank this stuff, but it ain't hankable. It's still wet. I did want to share it though. Okay. When I come in frequently, I have less to say. Toy Story. Y'all remember Toy Story? Oh, I'm doing it off camera. Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? It's got a little box down here. I love this thing. My daughter had it. I don't know, some garage sale or other probably. And she left it for me. What should I put in it? Cross stitch would definitely fit. Little tiny cross stitches. And then the skeins could go down at the bottom, I guess. So I just opened a new knit along, and it's called Just Jump. I'm just going to give you guys a little tiny touch of my knitting. Not a lot, because there isn't a lot. My thumb went out. Wow, it went out bad. And I was so afraid it wasn't going to come back. I stopped the knitting, and last night it dunked. Like, okay, so it's bone on bone. There's no cartilage left. So when it goes, it gets deformed. And when I don't drink enough water, or the salt gets to be too much, or one of the meds makes me cramp, these things were going. They were like, it was bad. I felt like some old crone for a while. So, and by the way, the website doesn't work. It's gone. Someone removed it. Undo it. I don't know how that could have possibly happened. Blogger didn't send me a message, so I'm thinking it wasn't Blogger that did it, or Google, or whoever. Okay, so this is, it's one of those long Wally words. I just call it the Queen's Shawl. A dear friend of mine who is now dead, who is a designer, Leo Paula, mostly known as Mario, he designed this, and I pulled it out and started knitting on it, and I just started feeling so bad that he wasn't around anymore for me to text and say, I don't feel good. I don't know how to do this. I'm afraid nobody's going to want to see my junk. He used to pull me out of my head, set me on the way, and say, just do it. or something along those lines. So this might be why my blog got pulled too. I put up just jump. I didn't think about suicides. I don't know. All I was thinking about was how he used to encourage me. That's Miss, if you can hear her, she's under the backdrop. So yeah, I'm disgusted at the way words are just taking on new meanings and not nice ones, and how much everything is changing to the point where you don't feel right just making a move. I mean, I'm a designer. That's what I do. I don't name shawls very well. I don't name colors very well. I was actually thinking today, how fun would it be if I did like a Princess Bride? I've done a pair of gloves for Princess Bride, but that's it. I was thinking, you know, you could knit some kind of socks for the ROUSs and make them gray, and maybe a shawl for what's her face? Princess Buttercup. Bakwa. And maybe gloves for the six-fingered man, but not with the six fingers. Or maybe not. And Indigo, he needs like that's terrible. I was thinking of a corset, but that's terrible. I don't know why, because he's all suave and smooth, I guess. Maybe a vest. I don't think he wears one, but that would be cute. Or a poet's blouse. I've been wanting to do a poet's blouse lately. Just with the little ruffles, kind of like here, like in silk or cotton or something. Anyway, I'm talking about knitting. Sorry. And I'm knitting. Okay, so that's all for cross stitch. I will see you next time, and hopefully I'll have more to talk about. Bye.